Y'all know it's before reaction. I'm out for life is out there. Hope you guys having a blessed day. Make sure you subscribe and that notification bell so you don't miss an upload. Now you got Shannon Sharpe Karlous Miller talking about modern day women and what they're unable to accept and accountability. Also with men. And I like the fact that Reba TV touches on these matters. She comes from an unbiased perspective and she's very pragmatic. I actually like her content a lot because especially coming from a woman and she's able to see past a lot of the modern day themes and philosophies that our people are usually conforming to, and she does not allow herself to get caught up in hysteria. But let's get right into the video.
People won't accept that the type of person that they're attracted to don't even like them. It's a cold world. It is. I mean, it sounds good. It's cool to have standards, or it's cool to have a wish list, but they don't like you. Like so the man that you're looking for ain't necessarily looking for you.
Now, based off of what he said, and most of the people who like people, they don't even like them, or whatever the case is. It's okay to have a wish list and all of that. Women in the comment section under this post on Instagram went off. Okay, they unleashed the beast. Okay, I did not think it could have gotten any worse, but based off of what he said, it was very simple. It wasn't disrespectful. He was just making it known, like, hey, a lot of women have these high expectations. They put, this list of what they want in a man, or they have this ideology of, everything that they're supposed to strive for and be in a relationship with, but their results are completely contrary. Either they are null and void, which means that they don't have anyone in close proximity that is, wanting to date them or pursuing them, or they are basically speaking from experiences from other people.
A lot of women have this idea.
I'm gonna say, in actuality, too, I have to agree because a lot of people have these expectations of dating this type of individual, and they are never dating that type of person. They have no history of dating anyone of that caliber that they're saying that they want. And if you look at a person's past, just like the Bible says, you know them by their fruits, right? So when you look at a person's past and you see who they have dated, who they have pursued, you will see that it's actually contradicting to what they're looking for. And it happens with not just men, but and women, because men do the same thing. They might say, hey, they like this, this, and that, and third, but then go after this type of woman. Women might do the same thing and be like, I like this, 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 but go after a different man. And then you say, how come you have a type, but then you're dating this type of individual? It's contradicting in a way.
Idea of the great perfect man, right? And it's not even something that they really want. That's just what they heard somebody else want. Right. Like, that don't make sense.
I completely agree with what he said here. And the reason why I agree so much is because a lot of women in social media are stuck in group thought, right? Before they know their own opinions or their own feelings of how they think about a situation, they have to check in with the sisterhood online to make sure that their thought aligns with what all the other women are thinking about certain situations, right? Hence why there's so many women on TikTok or on different platforms who will go on a date and talk about a guy just to see what other people are going to say so that they can know if they should, continue pursuing the situation, continue,
Using other people to dictate your life is going to create a lifetime of failure. And a lot of people have this hive mind mentality. It's like, oh, if that person likes that person, and I think highly of this individual, because that's really what it is. Some women look at other women as, an idol or someone that they deem to be a bad bee. And if she likes somebody, they'll start liking that particular type of person as well. And that is actually silly because you're basing your type off of somebody else's preferences. And that shouldn't be the case. And a lot of people have ruined relationships just because somebody else didn't approve. And who are they to approve of anything that you need in your life? But if you allow people to dictate everything you do in your life, then guess what? You're going to be completely unhappy because their needs and wants are not your needs and wants.
Dating the guy, or if they should leave everything alone based off of, again, groupthink. So again, as a woman, what he's saying, I completely agree with everything that it is that he's saying in this sector, that there's a point where standards meets unrealistic expectations.
I want a guy. He need to be over 6 foot tall. He need to be educated. He need to be well rounded. He need to be. What you need a man that tall for? You ain't tall. You got high cabinets. Yeah, you need a man that's 6'7". He needs to be well read. He got to want to travel when they ain't been nowhere. But I'm just saying. But that's what they want.
It's so interesting to me too, based off of the things that they said, is that women they always talk about, decenter men, or men shouldn't be the center of your lives, and you should not be revolving your whole lifestyle around men. But then they write a list of a man whose their whole lifestyle is revolved around, he has to want to travel, he has to want to do what I want to do, he has to like this. You can have similar interests and still be individuals.
Yeah, it's like contradicting. It's like saying, "Oh, I don't want somebody that's all underneath me. I don't want this, that, and the third." And then they turn around and create a list that's based and revolve around their life and their wants and their needs. And that's why a lot of people are, saying that they just want somebody that they can control. Because you don't want somebody who is really successful, or they're not just attracted to you, or you unable to get that person that is at a higher level status. That's why you're looking at all these lists and creating it and making it unrealistic. So if somebody does come your way and they do not meet any of those qualifications, you can undermine them.
But the stuff that comes here or there, they they mix up the things that are something that would be nice to, oh, this is my non-negotiable. Like, if he is not 6.5 feet, like, that is not gonna work for me. If he is not this, that is not gonna work for me. Not understanding that the main thing, that as a woman, that when you are pursuing a man, which whatever you're pursuing, marriage, whatever, you should be focusing on this man's principles. Who is he? What is his character like?
As you know what it is too, a lot of people don't look at spirituality. They're going out there dating and not having discernment. He said, be fruitful, then multiply. To be fruitful is an individual that has honor, integrity, respect, values, standards. And when you null and void those things, the only thing left is fleshly desire, the tangibles. You need intangibles. Because don't get me wrong, I believe you have to be attracted to the individual, obviously, because, if there's no attraction, there's no intimacy. But if you're just strictly looking at carnality, you have to understand what comes with that. It's going to be people using and abusing individuals out there, not taking you seriously, because they know that you only went after them for, carnal means. But if you are vetting people with spirituality and truth, it would change the trajectory of how you go about life.
What are his standards? What are his thought process about things? What does he want in the future? Do those things align? Are you guys going to be on one accord? Everybody's so focused on, if they can get flown out, if they can take a trip, if they can go here and there. Like, that stuff is really foolishness.
They be like, they want a rich man. Rich man don't. Ain't no rich dude sitting around like, I wonder what Keisha with them 3 kids is up to. I feel like changing a life today. It don't happen. It's unreal.
Another thing that I thought was really funny was when he also was, he made a joke saying, like, oh, the tall men go for shorter women, and then the tall women want the tall men. Like, he made like a little joke about height.
Then they leave all the tall women out here. Now it's just a bunch of short dudes trying to talk to tall women, and tall women don't like short men, but short men love tall women. The tall women looking for the tall dudes, but the tall dudes that stole all the short women, so the short dudes can't have no short women. It's crazy.
And just because women were so disturbed by everything that this man said, women were in the comment section very literally like, oh, I can't believe he said it, because tall men definitely want me. Like, completely purposely missing the point of the conversation because something in what he said rings true for them. And again, you have so many women who were...
Because you know why? When you speaking of generalizations, sometimes people believe that they're a special case. And there are special cases out there. There are people that are treated differently, different strokes for different folks. But we're talking about the majority of individuals. So when you listen to somebody like Reva TV, and you listen to Carlos Miller, what he's saying, he's talking about a generalization. And sometimes generalizations are true. there are going to be individuals out there looking for a particular type of individual that only likes this type. But people act like these things do not exist. It's that gray area nobody wants to talk about. But obviously, when you speak on these things and you touch on certain matters in society that are very personal, a lot of people feelings are going to get, you know, heated. A lot of people are going to feel as if you're attacking them. And that's not the case. Sometimes these tough conversations need to be had in order to move society forward, especially with our group of people. We already have so many different things coming our way, or things that we experience in life. There's a plethora of aspects that I can point out, but these things are topics that I actually love to touch on and speak on, because a lot of people ignore it and don't want to look at reality. They don't want to look at the nonfiction. That a lot of people have these unrealistic expectations and they're alone. They're raising kids by themselves. Why would you want to raise children by yourself? Why would you want to, be in a position where you're not married, where you're not in a fruitful relationship? So everybody can be raised properly. Children that have both parents in the household usually turn out to be more successful, less priors, meaning they don't go to jail as often as children that grow up in single parent households, and they have a better spiritual and religious background. But let me know what you guys think about in the comments, and I'm up out of there.